Deep within the jungles of Mesoamerica, a civilization rose from the mists of time, reaching for the heavens with towering pyramids and a profound understanding of the cosmos. This is the story of the Maya, a people whose legacy is etched in stone, yet whose sudden decline remains one of history's most compelling mysteries. Welcome to Hidden History Files. Our journey begins around 2000 BCE, while grand empires were rising in Egypt and Mesopotamia. The early Maya were settling into agricultural villages. They weren't building massive cities just yet, but the seeds of a great civilization were being sown. They learned to cultivate maize, beans, and squash the three sisters that would form the backbone of their diet and their society for centuries to come. Fast forward to the preclassic period, around 1000 BC, we see the first signs of monumental architecture. Sites like El Mirador in modern-day Guatemala begin to emerge, boasting pyramids that dwarf those of later, more famous Mayan cities. This was a society in rapid development, creating complex trade networks, developing a sophisticated writing system, and laying the groundwork for their legendary calendar. They weren't just farmers anymore. They were becoming astronomers, architects, and kings. The golden age of the Maya, the classic period, dawned around 250 CE. This is when the civilization truly exploded. Cities like Tikal, Palenque, Copan, and Calakmul became sprawling urban centers, home to tens of thousands of people. Imagine bustling plazas, vibrant markets, and towering stone temples painted in brilliant colors, reaching up through the jungle canopy. At the heart of each city was the Ahe, the divine king. These rulers weren't just political leaders. They were seen as intermediaries between the mortal world and the realm of the gods. Their lives, their battles, and their lineage were meticulously recorded on stone monuments called stelae. These carvings give us a direct window into their world, telling tales of royal succession, political alliances, and epic conflicts between rival city-states. The Mayans were masters of mathematics and astronomy. They developed the concept of zero independently of other cultures, a massive intellectual leap. Their understanding of celestial cycles was astonishingly precise. They tracked the movements of the sun, moon, and planets, like Venus, with incredible accuracy, which was deeply woven into their religion and agricultural practices. Their famous calendar system wasn't just one calendar, but several interlocking ones. The 260-day Tzolk'in and the 365-day Habe worked together like gears in a complex cosmic clock, creating a 52-year cycle. And then there was the long count, which tracked time on a grand linear scale, allowing them to record history over millennia. It was this calendar that famously ended a cycle in 2012, sparking worldwide fascination. But for the Maya, it was simply the end of one great era and the beginning of another. But even as their cities flourished and their knowledge grew, there were signs of trouble. The classic Mayan world was not a single unified empire. It was a collection of independent and often warring city-states, much like ancient Greece. These rivalries could be brutal, leading to constant warfare that drained resources and manpower. Inscriptions tell of captured kings and entire royal lines being wiped out. Then, around the 9th century CE, something went terribly wrong. In the southern lowlands, where the Maya had thrived for centuries, the civilization entered a period of rapid decline. One by one, the great cities were abandoned. Construction of monuments ceased, the plazas fell silent, and the jungle began to reclaim what was once a bustling metropolis. This is the great mystery of the classic Maya collapse. So, what happened? For a long time, historians and archaeologists were baffled. Was it a single catastrophic event? An invasion? A deadly plague? The truth, as we now understand it, is far more complex. There was no single cause, but rather a perfect storm of contributing factors. One of the leading theories points to severe, prolonged drought. By studying lakebed sediments and cave formations, scientists have pieced together a climate history of the region. They found evidence of several decades-long droughts that hit right at the time of the collapse. For a civilization so dependent on agriculture, a lack of rain would have been catastrophic. It would have led to widespread crop failure, famine, and social unrest. Compounding this was the environmental impact of the Maya themselves. To build their massive cities and feed their large populations, they cleared vast areas of jungle. This deforestation would have worsened the effects of the drought, leading to soil erosion and potentially even changing local rainfall patterns. In a way, their own success may have sown the seeds of their destruction. Intensified warfare likely played a major role as well. As resources became scarcer, competition between city-states would have escalated. Kings, whose divine authority rested on their ability to provide for their people and win favor from the gods, would have come under immense pressure. When the rains failed and the harvests withered, the people's faith in their rulers would have crumbled, leading to political instability and civil strife. It's a cascading failure. Environmental stress leads to agricultural collapse, which leads to political turmoil and increased warfare, which in turn puts even more strain on the population and the environment. Eventually, the system broke. The people simply walked away from the cities, abandoning the monumental centers and their failing leadership, seeking survival in smaller, more sustainable communities elsewhere. But it's crucial to understand that this was not the end of the Mayan people. It was the end of the classic period city-state system in the southern lowlands. In the north, on the Yucatan Peninsula, cities like Chichen Itza and Ozmal continued to thrive for centuries longer, entering what is known as the post-classic period. Mayan culture adapted and evolved. When the Spanish arrived in the 16th century, they found a vibrant, resilient Mayan civilization. The conquest was long and difficult, but Mayan culture never disappeared. Today, millions of Maya people live in their ancestral homelands in Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, and Honduras. They still speak Mayan languages, practice ancient traditions, and maintain a deep connection to their incredible history. The fall of the classic Maya is a powerful cautionary tale about the delicate balance between civilization and environment, and the complex interplay of climate, politics, and warfare. The silent ruins, once lost to the jungle, are not just monuments to a fallen empire. They are a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of the human spirit, and a reminder that even the greatest civilizations are not immune to the forces of nature and the consequences of their own actions. The story of the Maya is not just a hidden file from history. It's a living, breathing story that continues to this day. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the past. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more hidden history files.